again, thank you very much. Now, let's talk about sugar. Sugar, wow. The stuff is just completely amazing. But did you know that we don't have an off switch for sugar? What? No off switch for sugar. So, back in the days when we were cavemen and we had our loincloths on and we were running around scratching a living or even an existence in the actual dirt itself, and we came across, let's say, a bunch of blueberries, a nice little bush of blueberries. Well, when was the last time we had blueberries? So we would gorge on the blueberries and we would fill up with the carbohydrates and the sugars, of which we knew nothing about back then, apart from the fact that it was sweet. And what the body would do is then store all of that energy that it was obviously given for a later date. Because if you're scratching through the dirt, you don't know when your next meal is. Now let's fast forward to today's date, whatever that may be. Do you know that you don't have an off switch for sugar? Oh my gosh, why? What has happened? Well, to be honest with you, not much has changed for man back from the early days to where we are right now. Yes, our food has changed, which then means our bodies have changed, but the actual general makeup inside, our DNAs and the bits and pieces that kind of keep us going, our survival bits, our fight and flight, you know, you get what I'm talking about, they are still there. Okay, but we still don't have an off switch for sugar. Just want to drive that home. And the reason for that is this. The body hasn't changed. I've just said it. That's it. Now, if the body hasn't changed, but yet we are still giving ourselves sugar and lots of it, guess what the body does with it? Stores it for later dates. And it stores it for when there's going to be a fasting situation, when there's going to be a lack of food. Well, in the 20th century, 21st century, in the futures to come, there really isn't going to be times when there's going to be a lack of food. Now, I'm talking realistically, okay? There are more people that have died from obesity than starvation. Now, isn't that crazy? So think about it. When you're eating your next meal, is it too much sugar? Do you have too much sugar? What is the recommended amount of sugar? Well, from an 11-year-old to an adult and above, about 30. Is it too much sugar? Do you have too much sugar? What is the recommended amount of sugar? Well, from an 11-year-old to an adult and above, about 30 grams per day. I personally try and keep mine a lot lower than that, because if you start the day off, for instance, with a sugar bowl of Frosties cornflakes, or a sugar donut, or a cup of tea with sugar in it, it sends the signals to your brain and to your body going, hey, sugar is available, get ready, start storing. But then also what happens is you have this craving for more sweetness because there is no off switch for sugar. So for the entire day, you'll then eat up more and more sugary things, and you'll just have this penchant for it. So here's my thing. Try a day with no sugar. So the first morsel of food or even liquid that you put into your mouth, make sure is sugar free. Then see how your day goes. Chef Des.